Okay, it is the end. It's Sunday night. I just finished The Secret Lives of Country Gentlemen. I'm actually about to return it to Libby. And I'm going to be reading The Running Man by Stephen King is up next. And I was just going to wait until tomorrow, but it's 10:45. I'm about to go upstairs and go to bed. And I think I will just start on it tonight. Now that it's getting to be the end of the month, I'm just ready for it to be over. Okay, I just returned Secret Lives. Done. And The Running Man is on here. But I kind of want to really pay attention to The Running Man. Oh, so I have The Running Man and Amal Unbound are the last two. Or The Running Man and Amal Unbound are the last two that I have to read. Then I need to read The Immortal by Gina Showalter so that I'm ready for next month. Also, I got a novella by Rebecca Yarros that I need to read called Ignite, and I have both of these on Libby. So I think I'm going to start one of these tonight. I might just go ahead and read that Rebecca Yarros because I think it's only like an hour and a half on audio. Let me go see. It is, 2 hours on audio. So, yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. And tonight and maybe tomorrow night, I will do one of those two romances because that's better for me at bedtime than Stephen King. And then tomorrow during the day, I will read The Running Man. And I need to finish it tomorrow. And then the next day, I'll read Amal Unbound. And then I'm done. And that's my last Aurelian book. And it is 2.5 hours on audio. So Amal Unbound is actually pretty short as well, which I didn't realize. So, it's an hour and 45 minutes for the Rebecca Yarros book, not 2 hours. So I'm definitely going to read that tonight, at least part of it. And then I'll work on The Running Man tomorrow. So I'll come back with y'all, or I'll come back to y'all with that as a check-in tomorrow night. But things are looking really good. Happy Monday night. It is Monday night and I am really tired today. Yes, my hair is done because I worked out today. So I washed it. I feel like that's what happens when I do that. Anyway, I'm supposed to be 5 hours into The Running Man and I feel like I am not. Actually, let me get out of the way and then you can see I'm supposed to be 5 hours. And then tomorrow I'm supposed to finish it and finish Amal as well. Amal Unbound. And I don't think that'll be a problem. Like I definitely think that is something that is doable. So I'm not stressing about it, but I'm not finished with The Running Man. I still have, let's see, how much was I supposed to read? 5 hours of it. I'm at 4 hours. So I'm probably not going to listen any more to it tonight. I'm about to go up to bed, but I think I'm going to listen to a Gina Showalter book that I need to read before I'm ready for next month. Like it's a romance I need to have done for next month so that I can read the next book. So I think I'm going to listen to that one when I go up to bed, and then I'll just finish The Running Man and Amal Unbound tomorrow. That shouldn't be a problem. I should have plenty of time in the afternoon to be able to do both of those. So I have 3 hours and 48 minutes left at one time speed. So cut that in half that. And then Amal is only 2.5 hours total. So it definitely will be all done tomorrow on the 29th. So one day early, I'm going to finish all my books. And then on the 30th, I will be wrapping up this vlog, wrapping up hopefully that Gina Showalter book that I'm reading. I'll tell you what it's called. The one that I'm going to be reading in May is called The Phantom. So this one is called The Immortal. And then also for next month, a little preview. I picked this up from the library. This is my 1,000 page book that I'm going to be reading in May, or the first 22 days of May. So all of that doesn't matter though, because I only have Running Man and Amal Unbound left for April. So I'll come in here tomorrow and tell you when I finish those tomorrow night. If I finish everything tomorrow night, I'll wrap everything up tomorrow and I'll tell you how I felt about this month and what I'm planning to do next month. I'm not going to actually go through and do these weekly, daily updates like I've been doing. in April, but I will update you on what I am going to be doing in May that's different / also what's the same from this month. Anyway, I need to go to bed. So I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Y'all, it is 9 p.m. on the 29th of April, and I am done. Let me grab this gigantic thing here and put my microphone on it. There we go. Now I don't have to bend over. I'm done. Look at this. This whole page is completely clear, and this page is now completely filled in. I finished The Running Man today, and I finished Amal Unbound today, and I am done. Every single thing that I wanted to read for April is done. So I'm about to go over. I've already moved it over here. So The Secret Life of Country Gentlemen, which is right underneath me, was April's Animals on the Cover. And then The Phantom and A Cautious Traveler's Guide to the Wastelands are the May books. So I'm good until May on those. Over here, well, I guess here is what's next. Barracoon and Revenge River, one of those river books, was what I needed to read for Eldia. That is done for April. My schooling, the only thing I have left is to enter Amal, which I'm about to do right now. Battle of the Bands is done. TBR Trail is done. In fact, the new TBR Trail, I've already finished Secret Lives of Country Gentlemen and Ignite to finish 2 of the 5 that I need to read, or the 6 that I need to read for May. So April is done. May is getting there. And that's it. So let's go look at the whole thing and talk about this. Okay. So I put every book. You guys have followed me along. These are both the last ones. Reset, cross them off. Everything is done through all the switches and flips and changes through the whole month. We've done it. We have finished. So what am I going to do for May? This is what I'm going to do for May. There's a couple of things that I want to talk about. So yes, this looks a lot like what I just did and what I said I would never do again. But there's a couple of little caveats about it. So I want to talk about those. Number 1, the first thing I'm going to read is The Phoenix Keeper. Here's my little tiny cover. I already have it ready to go. And that one is my member pick for the month. And I've decided that on the first of every month, I'm doing my member pick. Like, that's the first book I'm reading. I'm going to make a vlog about it. So I'm going to start reading that first, The Phoenix Keeper. I'm giving myself the first 2 days of the month to finish it. And over here to the side, I have written that The Phoenix Keeper is 14 hours, so 7 and 7. Totally doable, less than what I have been doing recently anyway, so I'm not worried about that. Then The Tainted Cup is the next thing that I'm reading, because that is the first Squash That Series book that I'm reading. And they did say that you could start on the 2nd, which is Friday night, if you wanted to, and not get halfway through the book. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm also going to be sprinting Friday and Saturday with my members, just to kind of kick off the whole spring cleaning thing. I want to sprint with them and hang out there. And the rest of that week, you can see it's got the blue color on it, but I've left it blank because I don't know what I'm going to be reading. It depends on what I run into. Now, I've only given myself 23 books to read, and I know I shouldn't say only, and also I've already read Ignite, so that book needs to leave there. So I've given myself 22 books to read for the month, and like I said, I do say only. However, that's way less than what I normally read, and this month I read 32 books, so it's way less. And it gives me some wiggle room in there to add things in, to change things up. And then once spring cleaning is over, I'm starting The Cheat Sheet and The Devils. And that is like tentative. Okay. So these are the books that I want to read. These over here that are all listed over here, these are the books that I want to read. Now I have highlighted the ones in blue that are part of series. So if it fits in up here, I will move them up here and read them during the spring cleaning, squash that series, because it's all about series. If I can't fit any of those on there, then I have a whole stack here. I have my covers divided into a couple of things. So these are the covers of books that I want to get to this month. That's those books that are listed over there. Then I have the ones that have to be read for her kid, which does include one series. Then I have this whole stack of all these books that are part of a series as well that I have for the second month. That I have for June. So if I can't use any of those that are blue during Squash That series, I'm going to try to use one of these books because I've already picked them to read in June, and it'll just cut down on the number of books that I have to read for June. But all of that to say, I'm trying it loosely. I'm not holding myself exactly to what it says, like this is exactly what you have to do, kind of like I did this month. I was a lot more strict about it than I'm going to be next month. So I do have, however, the stand, as you just saw me hold it up to put my microphone underneath it, and it has to be finished by the 22nd of May because everything needs to be entered for the TBR trail, and that's a 1,000-page book that needs to be done. If I listen to, I thought I made a little note for it. It's not in here, but if I listen to it, 2 hours of it per day, which is just 1 hour actually listening, 2 hours of the audiobook per day, I will be done with it by the 22nd. It's about a 48-hour audiobook. I did start listening to it today. If y'all know the stand, it's got like a little prologue thing at the beginning where the actual Captain Tripp's disease kind of escapes and gets spread. And so that part is as far as I got at the very beginning, that little prologue thing. So I am going to keep listening to it, probably a little bit more tonight. I'm reading along in the book while I listen, so that's fun. But if you notice over here on this side, so on the 1st, I'm going to be reading the stand, and I'm reading it until the 22nd. And that's in here all by itself. Every day I'm just going to mark that off when I've done my reading. Then I have all of my physical reads. Now, Tower of Dogs has to be finished by June 10th. That's the deadline I'm giving myself. It doesn't have to be finished till June 30th, but I'm giving myself June 10th because I have to read this book physically, and because I'm leaving here on June 11th to go to a family reunion. And when I get back, we are packed up and leaving. So I want to be done with it before we have to deal with any of that stuff. So it is, I put the thing back here in the back, 404 pages. And so I need to read 13 pages a day to finish it in 32 days. So I will be starting this on the 10th and reading it until June 10th. So from the 10th of May to the 10th of June. And then the other books I just want to read this month. This Spy Family, Volume 9, and this one With My Dog Eyes is one of the books that I have. So this one also counts for TBR Trail. So you can see that I'm spending 4 days reading this, which is 15 pages a day, not very much. And then I'm spending 4 days reading this, which is 52 pages a day, but it's manga. So that's still not very much. And so I'm going to have those two and this one, and these will be the only physical books that I'm reading in May, in addition to the stand, although that doesn't count as a physical book because I'm listening to it on audio. Okay, so that's everything. That's what I have planned. That's how it's going to go. If you're a channel member, I'm filming The Phoenix Keeper at the very beginning of the month, and you'll probably get it sometime in the middle of the month. And I think that's all. I'm very excited to see how this experiment goes. I will probably check in with you at the end of May and just tell you how this experiment went. But I will be back with what I finished you can see also down here, Never Flinch comes out on the 24th. So I am putting that I'm reading it. I think it comes out the 24th. Anyway, I'm putting it down here. I'm reading it on the maybe it doesn't come out until the 27th. So I'm reading it as soon as it comes out. I'm giving myself 2 days to read it. So anyway, I also have some buffer space in here. There's 4 days where there's absolutely nothing listed toward the end of the month. That is for catching up, or like I said, buffer days if something happens. Also up here, these 3 days, maybe I should mark it, these 2 or 3 days, I'm going to go on a backpacking trip. So I will definitely be able to listen to audio, but will I want to? I don't know, because I kind of just like but I do like listening sometimes too. So we'll just see. It'll depend on what happens. But I'm not going to like force myself to listen to 10 hours of an audiobook if I don't feel like it. Okay, so I think that is all. It's been a great month. And like I said, I'll come back with all the stats and the wrap-ups and all that stuff like I normally would at the end of a month. That'll be coming in a couple of days, I'm sure. Yeah, that's it. Everything went exactly as I hoped it would, even with a few bad days in there. It's still been a great month, and I finished everything for all the readathons, and I'm excited about it. No readathons happening in May, other than that week-long Squash That Series spring cleaning, and that's just going to be fun to get some of my series read. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.